What's going on, y'all?
Good morning, y'all.
We figured we'd make a little video just to introduce ourselves to everybody. And I'm Joe,
I'm Angie.
and we're Worthington Life. Just sitting here in the little house. Just ate breakfast and trying to get the day started. We've been together, I guess, going on almost 20 years now, with a slight break in between, but originally got together in 2003. I was only 19.
I was 32.
And like I said, we took a slight hiatus for a little while, and we've been back together now for almost 4 years. Married for one.
Yay! We just celebrated our 1-year anniversary,
Yep.
February 22nd.
Yeah, we got married on 2/22/22, and it was a Tuesday.
And I let him pick the date. That was the only thing that he did, was pick the date.
And if you see this little chocolate thing, this is Stella.
This is our puppy, Stella.
And we also got another one, Jojo.
Come on, Joe. Come on.
And 3 cats also, all in 480 square feet of a little house.
Come on, Stella.
But
Everybody wants to
oh,
get in.
goodness gracious.
Hi.
Hi,
Yes.
Mom.
Hi.
Hi, Mom.
I know. I love you.
But yeah,
So most of our cats, though, are rescues. I did work at, I was an animal control officer for one of the counties that I lived in, and I worked in the fostering section as well, and fostered a lot of animals. And I was a foster failure with a lot of animals, which are a few of the cats that we have. We also like to, we have trapped and neutered and spayed all of the cats, the little feral colony that we have outside. They're not feral anymore, but they are our outside cats. We do have space for them, an area for them to, you know, to get out of the weather, and we feed them twice a day, make sure they have fresh water. And come on. And these two girls are jealous of each other, pushing me out of the way. Jojo and Stella.
and it doesn't help. They're both about 100 pounds. So.
No, they're not. Well,
I'll
Stella
give
is about 90, and Jojo's about 89, 80, 79. But we do make sure everybody's vaccinated, and make sure all of the animals are vaccinated, and that they're all caught up with their flea and tick medicine and heartworm medicine. So it's a big thing that I like to do for animals. We are animal lovers. I would say I'm more of a here kitty than Joe is.
Yeah, I've never really been a big fan of cats until we got together. Well, I've never had one of my own. They just don't listen, and you can't really train them. But
mine are trained. All of our cats are trained.
But
with treats.
So I'm coming around slightly.
They all love him. We have one outside that only goes to him. Stella, can you just relax? Yeah, we call him Fat.
What?
So we just wanted to introduce ourselves and explain to you a little bit about who we are and what we're trying to achieve with the channel. There are a couple key points that we would like to discuss. We're not mainly going to just be building. We're not going to be just cooking. We're not going to be just about animals. It's just going to be about our lives and living in Jacksonville in the city. And I work for an attorney. I'm an office manager for an attorney. And what do you do?
I'm a waterproofer. I hang off the side of high-rise buildings, caulking windows, glazing windows, anything that goes on the exterior of a building. And I mean, it's something I've been doing since right around the time me and her got together in 2003.
She and I.
And yeah, she likes correcting me on my grammar. And But yeah, I enjoy it. I like being outside all the time. I get to see incredible views that most people never get to see just because I'm on the exterior of the buildings. And yeah, like she was saying, our channel is really not going to be just one aspect of anything. It's just going to be a little bit of everything that we do.
Vacations.
So, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
it's going to be a hodgepodge of everything. Cooking.
Yeah.
Maybe
going
animals.
outside, like she said, vacations. We try to at least go on a vacation once or twice a year. My parents, they live up in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in northeast Georgia. We love to go up there. It's not too far from us, and they have plenty of property for the dogs to run. And
my parents live up in Montana, so
yeah.
that's a nice trip to go, but we can't make that every year. It is a little longer of a
yeah, it definitely takes a little more out of you going that far. And we actually, 3 years ago now, when they moved up there, we drove them from Jacksonville all the way to Montana.
Oh yeah, we have some pictures
and
clips of that.
Yeah, we do. We actually
Yeah.
have a video out for it. It's just a compilation of pictures and everything. But yeah, I mean, we wanted to take the time just to, like I said, introduce ourselves. And I mean, if y'all have any questions or
Yeah, we'd love
anything,
to hear from
ideas,
you.
something you would like to see us do.
I do know that one of the comments that was on our last video that when I was cooking out was about gluten-free, and I just found out less than a year ago that I am gluten-free. I am allergic to wheat, oat, and barley, and have had to do a 180 on everything that we eat. Unfortunately, that plays into his diet as well because I primarily do most of the cooking, but he is, I try to make it to where it's restrictive, but it's still good food. So
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning when she found out she was gluten or celiac, it kind of threw me because I'm a meat potatoes kind of person. I'm not real big on vegetables.
But you like lasagna and noodles.
Yeah,
which
but
I
that's
cannot
something
have.
that we can't do anymore. I love any kind of Italian food, pastas, which we don't do anymore because the majority of the gluten-free pastas, I mean, they're okay, but they're not something to write home to mom about.
They're not. I've tried them, a lot of them, and even the breads. They're not.
Yeah.
I don't like the breads either.
No, and I mean, we switched over, which she doesn't have to for rice. I mean, we do a lot of cauliflower rice, which at first kind of
Tricked
I had
him.
never eaten a piece of cauliflower in my life, and then now all of a sudden I'm eating cauliflower rice, which now I prefer it compared to regular rice, just because it has a slight sweetness to it.
And I do like to garden too, so I did grow some cabbage this year, and fresh broccoli, and fresh cauliflower, and you tried cabbage for the first time. Thanksgiving, and we've put it in a few. I've put it in some soups and with brats and stuff, so he's coming around on that.
Yeah, it's been a slow transition for me. I mean, but everything she makes is delicious.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I think out of the almost 20 years, there might have been once or twice where it just wasn't perfect, but most of the time she works wonders in the kitchen. So, but yeah, I mean, and we had I think 14 tomato plants last year.
No, 18.
18 tomato
I had
plants
18
last
tomato
year.
plants, and oh man, we did a lot with them. We gave a lot of them away, but I did do a bunch of stewed tomatoes and stews and different every day, like every weekend I was making something with tomatoes in it.
Yeah.
And then, so upcoming, let's talk about a few of the upcoming projects that we have.
I mean, we have, like I said, we're in 480 square feet. I mean, it's an older home. It was...
Actually, there's a really cool backstory. Tell them that.
Yeah, I mean, this house originally my dad purchased when he graduated high school back in 72. And
OGs are getting mad. You're telling their age.
but yeah, so the house has been in the family since 1972, and this is actually the house I was born in.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool being back in the same place. But when we first moved into it 3.5, almost 4 years ago, it was kind of in bad shape, so we had to, touch up a good amount of things in here, which we did another compilation video about that, the tiny house transformation. And it's just been a work in progress, slowly
It's
making
still
upgrades.
a work in progress. There's
But-
still so many things we'd like to do, but there's certain aspects, or there's certain engineering aspects of it that we can't move forward with until some things are fixed.
I'm pretty handy, and so is she. But we have, like she said, a couple things that I don't really feel comfortable trying to
Right.
tackle by myself. But for the most part, we pretty much redid all the plumbing. We messed with some of the electrical, painting,
We did
installing
move-
a door. 'Cause
Yeah,
there was
we
no
added a back door.
in the house.
And we moved the water heater to the shed where the washer and dryer is.
Yep.
Takes a little longer to get the hot water, but it's not enough space to have. There's just not enough space in this house.
Yeah, because the water heater used to be in the kitchen. It was one of those, I think, 30-gallon,
The
small,
little
short
short,
ones.
fat ones.
And it had a countertop built on top of it. But,
It was leaking.
yeah, so we had to replace the floor in the kitchen.
Well, we had bad renters. It wasn't anything that our family had done
Right.
to the house. But so let's move on and talk about a couple of upcoming projects that we may have in the works. One for sure is
The pontoon boat.
we have a pontoon boat, a
Yeah.
20-foot pontoon boat.
We've only had it for a short amount of time.
No, we have not. We have had it, and we have all of the stuff to replace all of the marine plywood and the center console, all the seating we've
Yep.
replaced. But I just need to get him and his friend to put it all back together so we can get it out on the water. We also have to weigh the trailer so we can get a tag for it.
Yeah.
But then the very most coolest thing that we've been wanting to tell y'all is we've been looking at a derelict property. It's a house that needs a lot of work, and we'll go more into it. We just don't know. We're doing a title search on it now. I'm waiting on some information, speaking to a mortgage attorney to see what is owed on the house. But if all goes through as planned, we're going to start working on that. And Joe and I both work 40 hours a week. So
most of the time I work more than 50, but
a good friend of mine is going to be handling the crew and working at the house, but he has said it's okay if we video, and he doesn't mind being in our videos. So I just want y'all to know right now, we will not be doing most of the work. We probably might have some weekend projects that we tackle just to get it off the plate and help them out a little bit to move it along, but let's start with the first square, which is getting the property in our name. So I don't want to say any more because I don't really know anymore.
Right.
But we're excited about it, and there are a lot of upcoming little things like that we want to share with y'all. And I know a couple people talked about the gluten-free book, and D is one of them, and Pixie Tales. Anyway, I'm not sure, but if y'all would, I did link I'll have Joe link my email in the comment section under this video, because I'd like to have some input. What do y'all think? If you are gluten-free, what are your problems that you've had with it, if any? Do you have any good recipes that you'd like to share? Just a kind of like listening to what other people have to say about gluten-free and if they have struggles or not.
yeah, and there's so many options. Bread being one, you got to cut out, but I mean, you can get around not eating breads, pastas, and
I miss a hot dog.
cereals and everything like that. Well, you can still eat a hot dog.
Well, I mean,
You
a
just
hot
can't
dog
eat your bread.
bun with the, mustard and onions but
Yep.
I miss bread like a grilled cheese. I miss a good grilled cheese and soup. But,
Yeah.
well, if y'all have anything that you'd like to know about us, leave it in the comments. And we're probably going to have a lot of bloopers. So we might have, at the end of the month, we might do a blooper reel for y'all.
Right.
Because since we're new, this is all weird talking to the camera and actually knowing that there's somebody out there that will respond. It's
Right.
a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously watch a lot of YouTube, but
We do.
it kind of amazes me the way they talk to a camera. And it's like they're almost sitting there talking straight to somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, they make it look effortless and everything. And that's something hopefully we can get a little bit better at as we go along.
Yeah, please bear with us.
But yeah, like I
We-
said in the beginning, we just wanted to take the time, kind of introduce ourselves, kind of get an idea of what the channel's going to be about. And like I said, leave us a comment.
Please.
Let us know.
And everybody have a happy Easter.
Yeah. I mean, Good Friday was yesterday. Easter's tomorrow. And I mean, if you're not already subscribed, hit that like button.
Hit
I mean,
that
every
bell.
little bit helps. Currently, we're not monetized or anything like that. That's something we're working on. We know it's a good ways down the road, but yeah. I mean,
Y'all have a happy Easter.
happy Easter.
Love y'all.